Morgane Honikman, hello and welcome to BiTV.
Hello.
It's a pleasure to receive you on our channel. You are the partner of Omnes Capital. Omnes recently announced a joint venture with Stonehedge, a logistic and industrial developer. What are the terms of this called Megalithe, and what is the actual pipeline of projects?
Yeah, thank you for having me today. This new company that is owned by Stonehedge and by CEP2, a fund managed by Omnes Capital. This new company is dedicated to the development of logistic assets that were pre-sourced by Stonehedge. Maybe as a quick introduction for both parties. So Omnes Capital is a leading private equity firm investing in Europe with almost 6 billion euros assets under management. And it is focused on 4 strategies: renewable energies, co-investment, deep tech, and sustainable cities. And actually, CEP2, Construction Énergie Plus 2, which is one of the owner of Megalithe, is the second vintage city strategy. And it is an Article 9 fund under the SFDR, and therefore it is committed to invest in assets that will decarbonize the cities. On the other part, Stonehedge is a French developer of logistic assets and also of industrial and activity parks. And over the last years, it has developed a strong and diversified portfolio pipeline of assets for logistic warehouses. And we've discussed over the last months with Stonehedge to accompany them in the development of this pipeline. And Stonehedge was created for that occasion.
Okay, and what is the do you have any example of projects that you have sourced with them?
Yeah, sure. We have, for example, 6 projects that are quite advanced in their development. 2 of them are ready to build in Isère, close to Lyon, and in Calvados for almost 60,000 square meters, both totally. So they are ready to build. We already have a first commercialization track record for them. And we have 4 other projects in other regions of France, like Eure-et-Loir, Yonne, or Sarthe. And all these 6 projects represents, as of now, around 300,000 square meters. Also, other projects that are less developed, less advanced, but that will correspond to almost 200,000 square meters. So this is quite a huge portfolio to develop, and other projects can also be developed in this under Megalithe.
Okay, and why closing a partnership with a developer rather than sourcing direct acquisition on the French market?
It's a very good question. I think the reason is very simple. It's because it corresponds to the DNA of Omnes Capital, which is to empower entrepreneurs. Indeed, our goal as a private equity firm is to support long-term partnerships with entrepreneurs. And Megalithe is a perfect example of that, because Stonehedge historically developed industrial and activity parks, and it has shifted over the last years to the development of logistic warehouse, and therefore Megalithe will be the perfect tool to accompany them in their transition and to make them in the next year leading logistic developer in France with a strong focus on ESG backed by our fund.
Okay, Well, you've said it earlier, Omnis is a pan-European investor. And as of now, the French logistic market is particularly sought of by investors and local and pan-European investors. And what do you feel are the main advantages of our market, of the French market, competing with other European countries?
Yeah, you're right. Omnes Capital is a private equity firm that is investing all across Europe, and our fund CEP2 is also investing in other countries than in France. I think that you're right, and it's totally true. We've seen many deals in France in the logistics markets over the last months. I think there are many reasons for that. I will maybe just focus on a few ones. The first one is I think market has experienced in 2022 the fastest correction after the increase of the interest rates, and so we can say that it cleaned up the market, allowing it to start again maybe in the second semester of 2023 with good fundamentals. So I think this is very important to have a market, a clean market. Then the other reasons are linked to the strong underlying demand, given the digitalization of the economy and the increase of the online sales that require new and modern warehouses in France. And at the same time, there are strong barriers to entry on the French market, given the legal restrictions we have for the artificialization of the soils, and the fact that the legal frameworks in France to obtain the administrative authorization, like building permit, ICPE, or authorization for natural species or natural areas, it needs a specific expertise, and Stonehedge, for example, has this specific expertise. And we can see like the fact that there is a strong demand, and at the same time, a strong demand and the scarcity of the supply in the vacancy rate in France, which are very low. For example, around 1% in the Lyon area or Marseille area, or 4% in Ile-de-France. There are very good indicators for investors. And maybe the last but not least reason for that, maybe the most important one, is the level of the rents, the logistic rents in France. Because we've seen over the last months an important rise of the rents of over 8% or something like that. And even with this increase, the prime rents and globally the rents in France for logistic assets remain lower than in any other European countries. So for investors, this is a good moment to capture this rental growth that will ensure the performance of their investments.
Okay, well, Morgane Honikman, thank you very much for your testimony, and we'll be on the lookout at Businessimo for your future deals.
Thank you very much, and happy to talk with you again.